A 16-year-old by the name of Josh, we don't have his last name in England, he went to a rave at Croydon. It's called the Croydon rave. And well, what happened? He lost a finger. And then what do you do when you lose a finger? You don't go to the hospital immediately. First, you Instagram it. So let's take a look at the image.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so yeah, he literally ripped off his finger. I think we also have an image from when he was in the hospital. I'm going to read you a bit of a quote about what happened here. So he had a long interview with Vice about what happened. He says it was about 1 a.m. We were up in the house room, but I really don't like the house, so I was waiting for the drum and bass to kick in. As soon as I heard it, me and my mate went down there. 5 minutes in, the fire alarm started going off, and everyone was like, rip it off, rip it off. So I thought I'd give it a go. Okay. I was completely sober at the time. I jumped up, grabbed it, and my little finger got caught in the case because it was all broken, and as I came to rip it back down, my little finger got ripped off completely. I looked at my hand and my little finger was gone. The bone was sticking out. It's the weirdest feeling. 1 second you're fine and your little finger is there. The next second it's gone. It shoves reality up your backside. I was in so much pain and shock that the first thing that hit my head was the beat and the bass. The bass was so hard, so I just ripped off my top, wrapped it around my finger, and tied it up as tight as I could, and skanked it out for for half an hour. My mentality was, I've only been here for an hour. I've paid 10, what do they got there? Pounds, thank you. For this night, that's roughly $20 American. I've lost my little finger. Am I seriously going to go? Now I'm going to skank until I can't skank anymore. After that, my mate dragged me down to the paramedics. Now, first off, guys, I think maybe skank means something different to them than it does to us.
Yes, I think so.
Or maybe it doesn't.
Yeah. So we have one more quote about his reaction after, but first let's feel that. And go from there.
I think I'm split on this guy. First of all, he's clearly the Ronnie Lott of ravers. Okay, now if you don't know the story, Ronnie Lott is famous for cutting off his pinky finger and getting back into a football game.
Yep.
It's actually not really true. He actually cut off the finger in between games. He would have had to have surgery and miss the next playoff game. And he said, I'd rather cut off my finger, which he literally did. He cut off the top of his pinky so he wouldn't have to have surgery so he can play in the next playoff game. He didn't do it in the middle of the game, as some people say, right? So this guy does the equivalent of a rave. He's like, look, I'm in the middle of skanking and the bass just kicked in.
The bass was really hard.
Yeah, to be fair, apparently it was. I mean, it was a really hard bass.
Right.
Okay.
We all know what that's like.
Yeah, and so he rips off his finger and keeps going. There's something weirdly heroic about that. At the same time, there's something monumentally stupid about that.
Right, so speaking of the stupid, so we should mention there he is in the hospital with the cigarette in the hand with the missing finger. You gotta love that, or a fag, that's what they call it out there. But you got to imagine this is a rave, so I don't think it would take a genius to deduce that he might have been on ecstasy or Molly.
He claims he was sober.
I trust him. I get it. I get what he claims, but.
But he was skanking so hard, it's hard to know what to believe.
Yeah.
No, this is exactly why I don't go to raves. This is just like the gypsy woman said it would be. I don't want to lose a finger. This is the sort of, like, I'm obviously joking, but why do you care so much about the dancing? And there's going to be drum and bass tomorrow at whatever rave this is in Britain.
Well, you know what, John?
£10 ain't that much. How much does it take to replace a finger?
You know what? This is the problem with the English healthcare system. It's so good that you're not worried about the money you're going to pay for your missing finger. You're worried about the £10 that you paid at the rave.
Good point.
Whereas here in the U.S., you'd be like, "Are you kidding me? Who cares about the £10? It's going to cost me millions of dollars at the hospital if I go to the emergency room and then have to have surgery."
Well, John,
you see that? If you have a fair healthcare system, it screws you up.
Yeah, they give you the
maybe
finger.
The Republicans were right after all.
It makes you party more? Is that the...
It makes you party more, endangers you because you can just rely on healthcare.
Yeah, it leads to skanks.
John, in answer to your question, well, he did answer why he did stay there and continue. He said, well, what can you do? The fit girls around you, the bass is hard, the music is popping. I didn't want to be the sore thumb sticking out or the sore pinky, so I was like, fuck it, let's skank on and enjoy it. This guy could be the CEO of T-Mobile.
I don't even think this happened, I'm going to be honest.
But
I don't think it's real.
Do the fit girls enjoy a guy with no pinky finger?
Mm-hmm. They probably thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That he continues, he's got blood streaming from his hand.
Yeah,
he's
that's
still
true.
Dancing.
They probably did.
They probably thought it was badass.
The
That's why
shocker
he did
would be
it.
completely out of the question, though.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah.
Please stop showing me that picture.
I think that he was less worried about his pinky and more worried about his little finger that night.
Yeah. I think that the bass being hard, the bass might have been a bit of a euphemism there.
Yeah.